Hello viewers, it's Cincy Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Boruto Review. And like always, I always speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to feature hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into this latest episode of Boruto. So basically, it starts off. We're at Dr. Kotsky. We're at Dr. Kotsky's lab. So basically, Dr. Kotsky was treating the damage from what's left of Karaki's arm after it got decayed by Delta's, decay laser beam and whatnot. So basically, but unfortunately, since Dr. Kachi doesn't have the technology to help fully restore Clocky's arm. So basically, if he would, if he would have the energy technology, he's pretty sure he could restore Clocky's arm fully. But since he doesn't have any access to the energy, the technology, he can't fully restore Clocky's arm back to what it used to be. So basically, he fitted in Clocky with a prosthetic arm, with a prosthetic arm and hand. So basically, but Clocky doesn't know how to use chakra. So basically, Clocky doesn't know how to use chakra and whatnot. So basically, Naruto just had order to use that. He uses the hand. It depends on a person's chakra. So basically, Naruto used fuse his chakra with Clocky's new hand, and so basically. So Naruto used some of his chakra to power Clocky's new hand and whatnot. So basically, Clocky still doesn't understand chakra and whatnot. So basically, Naruto was I don't mind, using some of my chakra to help power your new hand after what you did to save me in Hime. So basically, while that was going on, meanwhile, back at the care organization headquarters, Otto just finished doing some maintenance, doing some routine maintenance on Ball, and that's when Delta's drone, Ergo, came flying in and uploaded Delta's mind into a new body after Naruto destroyed her old body. So basically, the Ergo had uploaded Delta's mind into a new body, and Delta emerged in her new body that looks the same as her old body, and she was very pissed that what happened to her about her losing the fight against Naruto. So basically, Bo was no, what the hell happened to you? What the hell happened to you to force you to get a new body? So anyway, so basically Delta was telling Bo and the others that I thought the Hokage trying to get Karaki, but Karaki helped the Hokage out, and therefore I ended up losing the fight against the Hokage, Naruto. So basically, the others were shocked that Karaki actually helped the Hokage out to defeat Delta, and also she was telling that that Kojin is still in the village somewhere, laying low in the village somewhere. Nobody doesn't know that Kojin is still in the Hidden Leaf village, laying low right now. So basically, nobody in the Hidden Leaf village doesn't know about Kojin. He's still somewhere hiding in the little hiding spot in the village, gathering intel on Kawaki and Boruto. So basically, the Jigen was like, why is Jigen why is coaching getting intelligence on the Hokage son? Because he has a common mark, just like, and that's what Dustin say, because the Hokage's son has a Kamara, just like Kawaki. So basically, that's when Jigen said to himself, like, so Momoshiki must have chose Boruto to be his vessel. So basically, this is very interesting. So basically, Jigen was found it interesting that when Momoshiki was defeated, he must have gave the comeback to Boruto and chose Boruto as his vessel. And so basically, Jigen was found this very interesting. So basically, while that was going on, and while I was going on, meanwhile, back at the Hidden Leaf village, after, at the Hokage office, after what went down with the fight between Delta and Naruto, Shikamaru was like, need to step up security, so basically need to make sure that you and that Kawaki boy is safe. So basically, Shikamaru was like, no, Shikamaru, there's no debate over it. So basically, you and Kawaki are going to have security guards looking after you guys. So anyway, looking after you guys and your family and whatnot, including that Kawaki boy. So basically, Shikamaru got Koharu to do security for Naruto and his family and Kawaki to keep the eye on him. So anyway, so basically, it seems like Koharu just got back to work and whatnot after taking care of Mugen's affairs after Mugen died in battle. So anyway, Koharu was heading the security detail to protect Naruto, his family, and Kawaki from any future attacks by the Kara organization. But watching from his spy-toad, coaching was still getting intelligence, was watching from the eyes of his toad, of his spy-toad, whatnot, still getting more information about the Henley Rangers and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, Kawaki was asking about learning how to use chakra from, was asking Naruto, why did you help me with, giving me some of your chakra to help me power, help me work my new hand. So basically, both of the say, you help save me and my daughter. I owe you my life. So basically, this is the best. So basically, like Naruto said, I owe you a debt after you saved me and my daughter from Delta's deadly decayed laser eye being attacked. So basically, that's the reason why I'm helping you out. So basically, Kawaki wanted Naruto to teach him how to use chakra. So basically, and Naruto said, alright then, me and Boruto will teach you how to use chakra. So basically, So basically, like Kawaki. So basically, the next day, Naruto, and Boruto, and also with Miki was teaching Kawaki how to use chakra and whatnot. So basically, Kawaki was still having a hard time understanding how to use chakra and trying to figure out what chakra is. And Naruto gave him that chakra is a connection between a person and between people and whatnot. It comes from your inner self and whatnot. So basically, gave him that speech and whatnot. So basically, that Karate was still trying to master how to use chakra. Meanwhile, somewhere else, we see Sasuke and Sarada, arrive at this waterfall somewhere in the forest, and and Sasuke was showing Sarada how to do Chidori. So basically, Sasuke hit this waterfall with his Chidori and temporarily dispersed and stopped the waterfall from flowing, stop the water from the waterfall from flowing, by dispersing with his Chidori. So basically, Sasuke was spreading that Akashi Sensei taught me how to do this, he taught me how to do Chidori and whatnot. So basically, we're showing someone how to do Chidori. So basically, you try to disperse the water from this waterfall from flowing temporarily with your Chidori. So basically, Sawada, started her Chidori training. So anyway, meanwhile, Clock. So after a few tries, after a few tries, Sasuke was just feeling that, with story is like a double-edged sword. So basically, it can do some serious damage with your opponent, but at the same time, it can hurt you as well, cause Chidori takes a lot of power, a lot of focus. It takes a lot of power, speed, and concentration to pull off, cause a Chidori takes a lot of focus it takes a lot of training to hit a person with its Chidori. So basically, Sarada was having some struggles with her Chidori training, and that's when a bird with a message from Sasuke came and said that Sasuke has to go on some type of mission had to go on some type of mission, and therefore he couldn't continue training Sarada with her Chidori training. So basically, Sasuke had to go on some type of mission for the Hokage and whatnot. So anyway, after she was done doing her Chidori training, so basically, Sarada stopped at that little shack, at that little candy shack that where Boruto and the others buy the little card game package from. So anyway, and Boruto, Kawaki, and Mishi was already there. So basically, Boruto wanted to buy some more card packs to get the car of his great grandpa, of his grandpa. He wanted to get that card of his grandpa, the fourth Hokage. But so basically, Kawaki helped pick a pack for him, pick a pack, and actually Boruto gave Kawaki one of his pack of his card, and the pack that Kawaki got had the card that Boruto wanted, but the pack that Boruto had was was a one had to call his father once again. So basically, Kawaki traded with Boruto and remembering the speech about chocolate that Boruto told him earlier and whatnot. So basically, like Boruto was so excited he finally got the card of his grandpa, the fourth Hokage, that he needed for his collection and whatnot. Meanwhile, back at the bad guys' headquarters, so basically Cole was asking Otto about Boro's maintenance check to see that to see if he is a traitor or not. So basically Boro was walking the hall and overheard Otto and Cole's conversation about him maybe being a traitor, and Boro was like, no, that Cole is like, no, I don't know what the hell you guys talking about. I ain't no traitor, pal. So basically Boro was like, I make it clear I'm 100% loyal to this organization. I ain't no goddamn traitor. So basically, whoever is the traitor, whoever is the traitor in the circle, he will get dealt. He will probably get dealt by me. So basically, Ball made it clear to Cole and Otto that I'm not the traitor. So whoever is the traitor, I will. Whoever is the traitor, if you do find out who is the trader, I'll make sure that trader, I'll make sure I deal with that trader, make sure that trader get what what's coming to that trader. So basically, Bo made it clear to Code and Otto that he's not the trader in the circle. He said that, whoever the trader is, that trader will be dealt with, will be dealt to. Meanwhile, later that night, Crockett was working later that night, Crockett was working on fixing, Hime's boss for the last few nights that Crockett was working on fixing, gluing back together, Hime's boss. So basically, she's like Crockett was done, going and fixing, Hime's boss back together. But turns out there's a little piece missing, but that wasn't in the bag. So basically, he decided to go outside go outside looking for the piece near behind the house, and that's when the nine-tailed fox appeared. That's when the image of the nine-tailed fox's head appeared over a clicking Naruto, and it's like and Crockett was shocked to see the Naruto's head, over Naruto sleeping, over a sleeping Naruto, and Kuma was like, where the hell are you going? You can't go anywhere without Naruto's permission, and Kuma was telling Crocky that you can't go anywhere without Naruto's permission. So basically, and that's when Kuma was shocked. And Crocky was shocked to see the head of the nine-tailed fox, image over a sleeping Naruto who was sleeping in his office, and this is how the episode ended with Crocky shocked to see the image of the head of the nine-tailed fox, Kuma, and that's how the episode ended. So anyway, we finally get to see. We finally get to see the Naruto Fox interact with other people besides Naruto. We finally get to see the Naruto Fox Kuma. Interact with more people besides Naruto in this episode. So basically, this was a very good episode. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know in the comments below the podcast. So anyway, like always, this is your Michael from School Review. Signing off. 1,